This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the what on the necks. We keeping a foot on the what on the necks. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Let's talk about it. To sit here and say that Floyd Mayweather is pimping Gervonta Tank Davis is a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, See, this is the problem with people that don't understand hierarchy. People that don't understand when someone has it all, right? And someone is able to string situations in their favors. Floyd Money Mayweather is the embodiment of boxing, man. The embodiment of boxing is Floyd Money Mayweather. All of these guys that hate on Floyd Money Mayweather are pure beta supremes. Let me say it again. All of these guys that hate on Floyd Money Mayweather are pure beta supremes because they cannot do what Floyd Mayweather is able to do. So they gotta hate on it. Gervonta Tank Davis, the reason why his career is where it's at is because of Floyd Money Mayweather. If Gervonta Tank Davis didn't have Floyd Money Mayweather, he would end up like capping ass Devin Haney. Let me say it again. He would end up like capping ass Devin Haney. Basically, he would be a parasite and not the freaking host. Gervonta Tank Davis's career is ran and governed by affairs the right way because Floyd Money Mayweather was there to run his affairs and run this thing in official order to ensure that Gervonta Tank Davis was taken care of, to ensure that Gervonta Tank Davis was in the right position, to ensure that Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't have to worry about anything. And see, this is the problem when you have people that look like Gervonta Tank Davis and look like Floyd Money Mayweather and hating on them. They are coon buffoons. They are what we call people that hate themselves, man. They are what we call people that just don't get it. They are what we call people that don't like unapologetic brothers. Gervonta Tank Davis has way more than anybody at 135. So when people sit here and say, well, Floyd Money Mayweather's puppet mastering and puppeteering Gervonta Tank Davis, you're a classic donut in a trouble ring. You're a Rudy Poo in a plum ring. You're an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. You clearly don't get the message. Because those that get the message understands that anybody would want to be up on the Floyd Mayweather. Because this guy has done it at the highest levels. Name a boxer that has done what this guy has done from a cash cow perspective. Name a boxer that has done what this guy has done in the ring. So when people sit here and nitpick at Floyd Mayweather, Hino's Sport gets this all the time, though. I don't know a Hino's Sport hater or a Hino's Sport person that does not do a Hino's Sport video where they gotta try to dissect Hino's Sport, but they make themselves look bad. Because you know what it comes across? It comes across as if Hino's Sport banged they damn chick, bro. Let me say it again. It comes across as Hino's Sport banged they damn chick. This is how it comes across. They're hot and bothered like grits. Just like they're hot and bothered like grits about Floyd Money Mayweather. Gervonta Tank Davis is being clout chased by Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is trying to put the rules over his eyes. This is why Hino's Sport had to drop the video that he dropped yesterday. Because he understood that reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, were going to try to come back behind that video because they understood the power behind the message in the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true teller fashion to tell Gervonta Tank Davis, don't fall for this bait, man. Don't fall for this switching bait. Ryan Garcia has no inclinations of fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. So if Gervonta Tank Davis starts listening to Floyd Money Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather is saying the same things that a Hino's Sport is saying, or Floyd Mayweather caught wind of what Hino's Sport is saying, is like, you know what? This makes all the sense in the world, dog. Gervonta Tank Davis is being clout chased. So we don't need Ryan Garcia no more. Because Ryan Garcia is not trying to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's giving you guys fake bravado. All of that fake bravado he did with Mike Tyson, standing in the mirror, standing on the phone, you know what I'm saying, looking at Mike Tyson, that's capping, man. This is what's wrong with this new generation of boxers. When Gervonta Tank Davis told him straight up, if I'm the one that touch you, I will drop your ass. He was telling the truth, man. He was telling the cold-hearted, He was telling the unadulterated, he was telling the cutthroat telefashion. Tank will literally tank Ryan Garcia. That fight right there is basically a grown man fighting a little child, man. That's what that fight is like, man. I just have to be that very clear. Let me say it again. That fight is a grown man fighting a little child. Gervonta Tank Davis would literally be locked away. They would put him and throw him under the cell for fighting Ryan Garcia. It's not even a fair fight. It's not even a real boxing fight. It's a chinny chin chin fighter versus a guy who could literally tank him at any given moment. What's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not cutthroat true telefashion? See, fight fans are so caught up in wanting to see bullshit and fuck shit because they're pure beta supremes that they don't understand a real fight in front of them. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia is not a real fight, man. Because Ryan Garcia doesn't have anything to keep Gervonta Tank Davis off of him. Ryan Garcia is not talented enough to fight with the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis. Hinosa Sport sees this a mile away. This is why Hinosa Sport knows that if Gervonta Tank Davis steps into the ring with Ryan Garcia, he will literally kill him. And see, fight fans are so caught up in wanting to see bullshit and fuck shit fights that they now want to get on Floyd and say that Floyd is a puppet master. But who's the number one guy at 135? It's a things that make you say, Who's the cash cow at 135? It's a things that make you say, So if Floyd was such a puppet master, then why is Gervonta Tank Davis the guy that commands arenas? Why is he selling out arenas? Why is Gervonta Tank Davis the show? This guy went to Atlanta against Yuriorkis Gamboa and sold that thing out, man. Leo Santa Cruz fight did hellified numbers for pay-per-view. So if Floyd is a puppet master, like these reverse bias AK detractors, AK panders, coon buffoons are telling you, then you probably want to be up under somebody like that. Because when it's all said and done, we have to ask ourselves this underlying question and these underlying truths. What is everybody else at 135 doing, and what is Gervonta Tank Davis doing? Who's the one that's commanding big fights? Who's the one that has everybody lined up to come see him? Who's the one that's the superstar? Outside of Gervonta Tank Davis, is Teofimo Lopez a super duper hype job variation? He's a superstar. It's a things that make you say, Is Ryan Garcia a superstar? It's a things that make you say, In the same Ryan Garcia that told you that I need to fight Gervonta Tank Davis because he is box office. He is must-see TV. And Gervonta Tank Davis is really the cash cow 135. He commands 135. Everybody wants to be around Gervonta Tank Davis. It's Devin Haney. Box office. No, it's a things that make you say, So again, we have to ask ourselves these underlying and these undercurrent truths. And what is it? Floyd Mayweather is a puppet master. Yet, the puppet master has his so-called puppet being a box office cash cow. See, they're telling you this stuff because they don't like to see unapologetic brothers that are governing their affairs. Really, that's what it boils down to. Brothers that hate their own, man. Brothers that can't stand their own. And brothers that don't want to be like other brothers because they hate their own skin color, man. This is what it boils down to, man. This has nothing to do with the sport of boxing. It just has everything to do with self-hatred. When you hate yourself, you're going to hate anything that looks like yourself. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Freaking wow. When you hate yourself, you're going to hate everything that looks like yourself. So when you say Floyd Mayweather is a puppet master, do you not realize you're denigrating yourself as a black person? Did you not realize that? Did you not realize that? You are denigrating yourself as a black person because you're not making anybody any better by bringing your own down. This is why reverse bias, AK detractors, AK panders, they have no parts in boxing communities and they have no parts in anything that has to do with anything that has to associate with black fighters because they hate their own selves. When you look charred up and you look as black as my freaking jacket, you see this jacket, and then you tell people I'm Puerto Rican, it's a things that make you say, It's things that make you say, but see, this is what we're dealing with here. Modern day people that hate themselves and they always want to do some conquer and divide stuff. Again, when you say Floyd Mayweather's a puppet master, you're really telling yourself that you don't know nothing about boxing. Because all we have to do is look at what people are saying, and then we have to look at what's happening. And what's happening? Gervonta Tank Davis is the guy at 135. Not only inside the ring, but he's the guy outside the ring. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. I leave with this, man. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Maya Angelou said this best. So once a self-hatred black person, always a self-hatred black person. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.